Alright, time for things to be much, much happier, much, much less negative than the end of the previous part. Alright, we're on chamber. I think that's a 20 out of 22.
Yep.
And once again, we're in yet another part where if you think about it too hard, you're going to get stuck. Seems to be a bit of a pattern in this game, where the developers like to make those sort of puzzles.
Yep.
I think one of the things that really frustrates me about Valve is that they have all these amazing developers, and I really hope they're still working on games in some way, shape, or form, because look at how great this level design is. You cannot just throw that away. Let these people make games. We need more Valve games. We really do. We need more Left 4 Deads. We need more Portals. Hell, even a third Half-Life. I'll take that.
Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Millwell 1. Sorry, Maple Leafs 0. Sorry, I'll stop that.
But yeah, at the very least, Gabe Newell did do an interview, I think either last week or the week beforehand, where he said that third Left 4 Dead is not out of the realm of possibilities. So at least there's that, I guess.
Also, he almost died. Right there.
I almost died in a video game. Must be a day that ends in Y. You should see me play the Mass Effect games. There are so many times where I literally just rush the enemy, take them all out, and I'll have almost no health left. Like, anytime I play Mass Effect and my friend's watching me, she's like, "The fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm killing the enemy." And she's like, "Why are you doing like that?" Like, I don't know, I just want to get it done. Get to the next part. I'm impatient.
Yeah, we can tell.
When I see enemies, I want to murder them, and I want to murder them now. I don't want to wait in cover and make this a 10-minute battle. No, I just want to rush in, throw my barracks at them, and just murder them really quickly. Anyways, this happens in about 5, 4. Hold on, no, not yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. And
Turned off the lights.
Oh,
who turned out the lights?
being a dick again.
Accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run!
Oh, there it is.
By the way, there's a bit of trivia. For alternate languages of this game, they actually changed the language of what Wheelie's using. So, like, I think in like Spanish, he speaks Portuguese in that part, or something like that. Like, they actually put effort into the localization of this game, which I really like.
It's just little things, you know?
Hurry, this way.
Anyways, it's time to break free of this, I guess, techno prison, I guess we could call it.
Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan you're.
Alright, we can go to the area with the heart and a very simple puzzle that's been solved for us that is in no way a trap, or we could follow Wheatley.
I'd say go for the trap. No, Wheatley.
I can't remember, but I think there's an achievement for going for the trap.
I believe there is.
That would be the kind of crazy thing Valve would do.
I know at near the end of the game, there's a trap that you can purposely fall into, and it is an achievement. By the way, one of the things I like about this game and Valve games in general is you can, if you want to, you can load up separate chapters of this game just by themselves. I wish more games would do that.
Wouldn't be that hard to implement, really.
As long as it's not like an RPG. Like, if it's an RPG, I can understand why, because there's a lot more variables that go into that, but if it's a very linear type of game, it shouldn't be too hard to program. Like, at least have some sort of replay feature put into it. Like, I think, like, Saints Row 2 has one in it. I think that's the last one that does, unfortunately. Not sure if Saints Row 4 has a replay feature. I kind of think all games should. I know, I'm almost certain GTA 5 does. By the way, we have to wonder who put in these rails for the sake of providing an escape.
I know, right?
Also, Wheatley, how did you reattach yourself to the rails? How did that happen? I want to know that story. That looks like it would have been painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. To say the
Indiana
least.
Jones, painful. Crystal Skull, painful.
And once again, we arrive at yet another classic Valve loading screen. And now we are officially in Chapter 5, The Escape. And now Matty is thinking of escape. The Toku villain.
You made it through. Well done.
Oh, why wouldn't he be? She was a badass.
And she was also hot as hell, and you can't teach that. Oh.
Now it's GLaDOS that turned out the lights.
Alright, so I've got an idea, but it is bloody dangerous. Here we go. Ah! Oh, for God's... They told me that if I ever turn this flashlight on...
I really like this bit of dialogue.
They told me that, babe.
Or I guess
And I don't even know
monologue.
why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't want me to use it. It's pointless. Man.
I like the words that Wheatley says at this point.
Yes.
Ooh. It's dark down here, isn't it? They say that the old...
I think it's
caretaker of this
almost a
place
missed opportunity that they didn't make this a survival horror part of the game. Like, not full out, but at least sort of, kind of, you know?
Have like turrets pop up out of nowhere, kind of jump scare you.
A little
Five
bit,
Nights at
yeah.
Freddy's style.
No, not Five Nights at Freddy's style, but just sort of like off to the side, and they sort of just sneak up on you a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like Doom 3 tried to do.
I've always been meaning to try Doom 3. I've heard that one's really good if you like survival horror, but it's not exactly a prototypical Doom style game. It's just sort of like if Doom met like really good survival horror.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's the problem is it relies way too much on the jump scares, especially putting them in like making it hard for you to get healing items without getting ambushed.
Oof.
That
definitely
gross.
takes some.
Here's an interesting story. You might like this.
Yeah, that type of thing definitely takes some good video game design to balance out.
Who the foreman went with? Only an exact duplicate of himself.
Takes some really good devs to make sure that
Ended up giving me
it's
the
tough
worst
but
possible
fair,
job tending
like
towards
all good
the
horror
smell.
games are.
Sorry, that's no, it's smelly. Just
And as you can see, Wheatley still is a bit on the fritzes on a mechanical side. You saw
Yeah.
some sparks flying there. Yep. Either that or I was actually shooting him with my portal,
Okay, wait, let me light this part.
which is a distinct possibility. I really can't tell because I have the volume turned down.
Why
Now
don't
we
you read
get
the
to see how
subtitles?
Readings for nerds.
You're a nerd.
You're a nerd, you nerd.
Up to that passage, and I'll see you on the other side.
You know, at this point,
You are white and nerdy.
We've got to get you out of that room.
Alright, Wheatley is going to point his flashlight at where we need to shoot our portal gun. There we go.
Okay, there's another wall over here.
Even
Nice
though they
shot.
don't really use... Yeah. Oh, thank you.
tell you,
But one thing that you really got to give this team props for is there's not a lot of dark areas, so the fact that they make the shadows look this good is pretty amazing.
Now there's games today that don't quite get it right.
Also, we need to see how a turret is assembled and manufactured and shipped out.
Right. Well.
Gotta love the lack of fall damage.
At least with the design of Shell, they give a reason why she can negate fall damage. It's not
Yeah.
just, you know.
Not just there for no reason.
Yeah.
Turret redemption lines active. Please do not engage with turrets heading towards redemption.
Here we have the assembly line where the defective, or I guess if you want to make another wrestling reference, the obsolete parts get thrown and deleted into the incinerator.
There's actually an Easter egg where if you grab a specific turret, it'll actually comment.
This one, to be precise. There's an Easter egg right there. Get mad. Don't make lemonade. If you don't get it, you'll be getting it in about 4 or 5 parts at least.
At least.
Alright, there you go, little buddy. And, okay, you just... Alright, we're trying to help, but okay, screw you. Alright, so you're gonna have to kinda put yourself in the line of fire for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on this sort of part of the game? These sort of very, very not portal chamber-like areas, not testing chamber areas, but just sort of just the bowels of the building, I guess, the office areas.
I like those. You know, it shows an interesting part of how these things work, and I've always been a behind-the-scenes kind of guy.
Plus, it breaks up the monotony. You know, the first Portal game, they had to do some different things, but the rooms started looking the same after a while, which is why the ending kind of really switched things up. Here, they're kind of spreading that out with these kind of segments, so you don't get too, samey for too long.
Yeah, when you have a game that can be anywhere from like 4 to 9 hours long, depending on how long it takes the player to beat it. It's always good to have variety and have it be as least monotonous as possible.
The template turret, it'll shut down the whole production line. Right.
Now here's a little thing I like to do.
So that we can get
He wants us to turn around so we can break into there. And if we use this portal, we can see how he does it.
Response.
Ta-da!
Well, that should do it.
Template missing. Continuing from memory.
Oh, it hasn't done it. Right, let's figure out how to stop this turret line.
Response.
Have you got any ideas?
There was a cut.
Yep, there's a cut, skipping ahead because I sort of found it out for a while.
Response.
I can't remember who the voice actor is, but this turret is, I want to say voiced by Nolan North.
Template. Response.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You obviously can't tell because they pitched his voice up so high. He almost sounds like, what's his name?
Brilliant, that's brilliant.
Jillian Bosch and
If we're lucky,
and
she won't
Eureka
find out
7.
why turrets are crap until it's too late. Classic. Okay, keep your eye on the turret line. I'm gonna go and hack the door open.
Which, as we all know, is Shade's favorite anime.
Template.
I don't really have too much issue with Eureka 7. I just think it's funny having Johnny Young Bosch's voice sound like he's caught in a vice.
Keep one eye on the door.
More specifically, his scrotum.
It's actually
Yeah.
complicated. Ah,
It's a shame the world will never get to see that interview, but oh well. Another thing lost to the sands of time.
Hacker alert. I mean, yeah, fair enough. The important thing is it's open, but just mention in the future, cough or something. All right, now she can't use her turrets.
All right, now as we're going to go through here, we get to see more of the offices, and we're going to see a little bit of lore planted very, very soon. A little something that plants a little seed into the people's minds to create their own hypothesis as to Shell's backstory.
40 potato batteries. Embarrassing. I mean, I realize they're children, but still, low-hanging fruit and all that. Barely scientific.
Some very nice potato batteries here in a volcano because, not everyone is going to make a potato battery. Yeah, break up the monotony.
Yeah, also foreshadowing.
Yes, it is. And very nice foreshadowing. It doesn't shove it in your face saying, "This is foreshadowing. Remember this." It's just sort of there, and you just, it's a nice callback later on. And As you can see right there, this is a science experiment made by Shao. And these are made on Bring Your Daughter to Work Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
Shao
sure
was
we're going the
here
right way.
hundreds of years ago when this place went to hell.
In a handbasket.
At least it
Yeah.
may have been hundreds of years ago if that announcer at the beginning was to be believed.
100% that it's this way. No, it's not this way.
And if that's the case, then you know scientific experiment has been going on, because Shell is in pretty good shape for someone who's over 100 years old.
Anyways, join us in the next time where we complete our escape.